What's good? It's your boy Zachary Carroll, aka Pastor Z, and this is Christian Hood Talk, where we help you apply the Bible to all of life's craziness. Today, I just want to talk to y'all. There's been something that has been heavy on my heart to talk about, and today's video is for the fellas. Today's video is for the men, single men that might be out there, happened upon this video. God is calling you, my son. So I watch a lot of the podcasts that are popular today. I watch the Lapeef Network. It's an amazing show. I watch the Daily Rap Crew. That's up and coming. I think they got like 50,000 subscribers so far. I watch 8 at the Table. You know, another good one. It's more about sex. So if you have struggling with lust, I would not watch that show. One recurring theme I keep hearing from men, from young single men, is that marriage has no benefit for us. Marriage is more for the woman and not for the man. In fact, getting married makes much less sense these days because of all of the issues that a man could go through the divorce court and the divorce system. Child support, child custody, alimony. Men are deciding that marriage is no longer beneficial to them. These men who are denouncing the efficacy of marriage, my question to you, and the point of this video is, what's the alternative? What else are you gonna do that's better than getting married? That's what we're talking about today. I'm gonna start with some assumptions, because if we don't start somewhere, we don't make a foundation or a baseline, then we're really not talking about anything. For purposes of this conversation, when I talk about marriage, I'm talking about a man who chooses to marry a woman that he trusts and knows very well. If you marry a woman that you don't know that well and you don't trust, then all of the turmoil and chaos you go through with her is your own fault. And that's not a marriage issue. That's a decision issue on you. So we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about marrying a woman that you know very well and trust, if such a woman exists. And she does. You just have to ask the right questions and look in the right place. The first alternative to marriage I want to talk about is being a hoe. Being a man whore that literally his main goal is to sleep with as many women as possible and not commit to any of them. One night stands, having one friend that you sleep with but you never commit to, having a rotation, having a black book, sliding in the DMs, and all of its iterations. The question is this better than getting married? Sleeping with a bunch of women for many, many years is like renting an apartment. Over the long term, it is a huge waste of money. All of your effort, all of your time, there's nothing to show for it. You're not building towards anything. In fact, you're probably making your life more chaotic, because when women are not treated properly according to God's standards, it's just chaos. It's literally just chaos. And any man who has had a large rotation, many women that they've slept with, they know it only makes your life more chaotic. People hitting you up, expectations, desires. You got to remember all their names, what they're like. I remember I would have weekends where I went on a date with a different girl every day of the weekend. I had a date Friday after work, I had a date Saturday, and I had a date Sunday. When you're dealing with that many women, you get confused and you start forgetting names, and it's just nothing but chaos. Are you telling me that you are safer, that you are more protected sleeping next to a woman that you don't know over marrying a woman that you trust and know very well? When you're asleep, you are at your most vulnerable. There was just a story, I didn't do research on it, but there was just a story where this black man was killed by a white girl, and I believe she did it while he was asleep. The second issue is, are you manipulating these women? I'll tell you what, most of the time, in order to convince a young lady to sleep with you with no commitment, with no promises, when they are basically not going to be owned, claimed, anything by you, you have to lie to them. And in fact, a lot of men do lie to women or skirt by the truth. All of these manipulative tactics are used in order to make a woman believe that someday something will happen. Someday she's going to get a commitment from you. And you know good and well that is not true. The issue there is, not only are you going to incur a harsh judgment from God, you are going to inspire the wrath of the women. A woman that wants to get back at you has the power to destroy your relationship, destroy your career. Really. It's really not that hard to do. And I know you're Mr. Wonderful, having all your ducks in the line and everything airtight. She gonna find a crack in your armor because she hurt. And there's no better detective in this world than a heartbroken woman. Let me tell you. Let's say you're not manipulating the woman. If you're honest with her and saying, hey, I just want to have sex with you, that's it. What is the caliber of woman that you would pull when your filter is that wide? She got to look good and be willing to sleep with you with no commitment. What kind of women are you going to be dealing with? Sleeping next to, putting your life in the hands of. That's not smart. See, the good women, the women of noble character, the Proverbs 31 women, the women that are desirable, they're going to demand more than just your penis. So rest assured, if you're dealing with a woman that's just purely okay with sleeping with you with no commitment, not to say she's a bad person, but let's just be honest, the caliber of woman will be drastically different. Do you want them in your life, bothering you, hitting you up, knowing where you live? I just can't see how that's better than getting married. The next alternative to marriage is just having a girlfriend for life. Is having a girlfriend for life better than marriage? So the first issue is you guys are going to be having sex. When you have a forever girlfriend and you're having sex, you're probably going to get her pregnant. Sex with a condom and sex without a condom is not even in the same ballpark. Those are two different games. That condom eventually is going to go away. And the statistics show that you get them pregnant. I think about 40% of all births in the United States recently have been to unwed parents. And then when you get into the minority communities in the African American community, it's about 70%. That means that girlfriend, that forever girlfriend you have, she's eventually going to be your baby mama. My question to you, if you believe divorce is inevitable, is going to happen, because that's what men who hate marriage believe, what places you in a better position in the courtroom or at the mediation table? Being a baby daddy or being a husband? You're screwed in family court when you're just a baby daddy. Being married and in divorce court, because it's inevitable. It's inevitable. Is that better than being a baby daddy in child support court? Oh, and you want to make sure you are not in one of the following states: Iowa, Kansas, Montana, South Carolina, Texas, Utah. If you are in one of those states and you have a forever girlfriend, you need to go look up your state law, contact an attorney, and ask them whether or not you're in a common law marriage. If you have been living together for, in some states, at least 3 years, then legally you guys are considered married. So you're screwed anyway, since you hate marriage. And finally, one thing I always hear is, I don't want the government in my business. Why do we have to get the government involved with our love? Listen, the government has a vested interest in intact family household. Children born to mothers that were never married are 7 times more likely to be poor when compared to children born in intact families. If you are a child born to parents that are married, you are so much more likely not to get divorced in the future. Your education is better. Their whole entire lives will be better. When children do better, societies do better. When society does better, the country does better. So yes, the government does have a vested interest in people getting married and staying married. In addition, it is much better for society if men are expected to have a consistent woman in their life and they're not consistently trying to sleep around with any old woman, because it's most likely that a man would probably try to sleep with another man's woman, and that's probably going to lead to a lot of crime, a lot of violence, a lot of chaos. So the government does have a vested interest in family households, intact family households, for the betterment of the children and for a more peaceful society. The fact is, you're going to eventually get your forever girlfriend pregnant, or a woman you just met and had a one-night stand with and you stupidly had sex with her without protection. These options are not better than marriage. You want to know why? Because of sex. Sex is an unavoidable desire for everyone. And because of sex, each man should have his own wife and each woman her own husband. When you find the right one, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and finds favor from the Lord. From hey you to I do, he needs to be involved. He will ensure that your life will be better. God's path, his decree, his instructions are reliable. But that's all I got for you. My name is Zachary Carroll, aka Pastor Z. This is Christian Hood Talk. Y'all be cool.
If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing?
Oh, sis! Go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also hit that bell as well so you never miss a video.